Hi, this is Chef Inspire. I am here today to talk to you about escaping mental slavery. This is actually the title of my first book, Escaping Mental Slavery. Now, how do you know whether or not you are a mental slave? I'm going to give you a couple points that's going to show you whether or not you are a mental slave. Number one, you do not know who you are. If you do not know who you are a mental slave. Not who you are at this present time, but who you want to be, and you're working towards making that thing happen. If you do not know who you are, you do not, or you cannot know where you're going. Slavery holds us captive. Mental slavery holds us captive. And the only way that you can break free is to project yourself into your future. Your future. The future that you desire. This is how you know you are not a mental slave. That you know who you are. You have a defined statement saying, "This is who I am." When you can say this clearly, then you are not a mental slave. Point number two, do you know where you're going? Where are you going in life? Where are you going? What is your direction taking you to? What is the desires? What is your deep desires? What do you want to accomplish? Why are you here? If you don't know this, or if you don't have a clue, then you are a mental slave. Why? Because you are wandering around aimlessly, without purpose, without direction. Miles Monroe says this. He said, "It's not a sin to have time. The sin is to have time and not to know why I have this time. Not to know what I'm doing, not to know where I'm going. This is a sin. You are missing the mark." So you must know who you are and where you're going. Point number three, if you are not the co-creator of your life. What do I mean by the co-creator of my life? The co-creator of my life means that I am deciding how my moods are going to be. I am deciding how my day is going to be. I am deciding how I'm going to live my life. Because a lot of people are just wandering around, like they're just being led by their feelings, by their emotions, by things that are moving them in all different sorts of directions. In this case, you are a mental slave. But when you are locked and loaded, knowing exactly what I want to do, who I am, and I am creating that life systematically by taking steps on a daily basis to move me in the direction of my desires, then you are not a mental slave. This is so powerful. This is so powerful that you take control of your life. What is my purpose? Everybody's purpose is the same. Everybody's foundational purpose is the same: to grow and to give. That's everybody's purpose. The trees, the grass, everything was made to prosper. So being the best that you can be means that you are operating in your foundational purpose. And once you operate in your foundational purpose on a regular basis, then what will happen is you will find your directional purpose. Your directional purpose will move you forward into and will deliver you out of mental slavery. They have taken the chains off of our arms and put it around our brains. Around our brains. They have distracted us with television, with all types of games and all types of social media that is pulling us away from thinking about the things that are important in our lives. And that brings me to the next point. If you are so consumed with other people's lives, what's going on in sports, what's going on in TV shows and HBO and all these different things, and you are not concerned, you don't know statistics or the stats of your own life, you are a mental slave. If watching the game is more important than spending time with your wife or your children, you are a mental slave. Our minds have been taken captive by all types of slavery devices in social media, video games, or news. All of these things are a form of mind control. Mental slavery in modern times. Last but not least, economically ruined. The new slavery is debt. Debt is the new slavery. When people hold you in debt, when you are the borrower and not the lender, you are a slave. You are a mental slave. When you use credit cards and all types of credit as just a way to live, you are a mental slave. You are actually doing exactly what they want you to do. You are being manipulated and you are being held captive. It's no way that you can get out of your situation if you are so deep in debt that you have to do what you have to do. You have to work 2 jobs. You have to work 3 jobs, some people, in order to make ends meet. Why? Because you are trapped in an economic, mental slavery technique that has been used since the beginning of time. If I can keep you in debt, I own you. You work for me. It's like being an indentured servant. Back in the day when slavery was abolished, they still had people working on those same plantations. But they would have to borrow money in order for them to buy their seeds so that they could plant their crops. And so they were, in all actuality, they were still slaves. And they were still working for the slave owner. You can break free. Mental slavery does not have to be a part of your life. I hope you get this. I hope you got it. If so, your life will get better and better. Break free from slavery. Don't let people control you. Control your own destiny. Know who you are. Know where you're going. Create your own life and break free from debt. If you do these things, you will escape mental slavery. You get it? You got it? Good. Have a blessed day.